can work over any D7, any F7, any A flat 7, or any or any B natural 7, right? Over D. Flat 9, my third, my fifth, my 13, and my root.
Hello, Sebastian here, Wheatworks Pro, ShowMeThat.com. We got the gospel guy again, aka Randy Jenkins. He's come, he's a very busy guy. He's working on projects, recordings, all sorts of things. But we got him to come back. Some people were saying you wanted a little bit more information, getting a little more in depth in the Kronos. So he's going to share with us some more and help us out, all those Kronos buyers out there.
Yeah, yeah. I did. Since the last video we did, I did hear of some guys, contacting me. Hey, man, I bought a Kronos, because of the video, which is a good thing. So Korg, holla at me.
That's right.
I'm just kidding.
That's
I'm
right.
just kidding.
Send that keyboard.
I'm just kidding. But I'm glad. I'm happy because that's what this series is about. It's about helping guys
trying to help cats,
find their sound and really
utilize their equipment to its fullest.
Exactly. This is, like we said before, it's a powerful board. It is still. I've had it for almost a year. It still is difficult, but I have learned a lot more. Thanks to guys, like Julius and other forums on the web, I can find pretty much what I'm looking for.
Yeah, you said Julius. He swears by this board.
Oh yeah, all day long.
Julius the Berry.
All day long, and so he's got some stuff too on his YouTube channel. He's got some videos.
Yeah, I saw some of them.
Where he's showing guys how to do some things. Man, like I say, he's a very technical dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really, a technical cat. I'm more of a creative guy. So I wanna play. I wanna express myself
with the instrument.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes the technical jargon kind of throws me off. Like it's just too much. Like I just show me what I need to be able to
get across. What
express
right. Do.
Exactly. One thing that I did find, I found myself gravitating to this board. There's like 9 synth engines in this keyboard, and I find myself using 3 the most. Well, 4 out of the 9 the most. That's the piano engine, the Rhodes, the Poly 6, and the HD1. Okay. HD1 and the AL1 too. I use sometimes too. So the HD1 is kind of like the rompless. That's like the sample base.
Like the original stuff.
That's where you load in your samples as well, though. And then I should have brought my memory card. I got a sound on there that's ridiculous.
Oh man! How you forget that?
I forgot. I'm gonna try to do it here though. Okay. So that the Rhodes, like I said, is incredible. Pianos are great. I'm becoming more and more familiar with the sound of the pianos, and I'm becoming more and more okay with how the piano plays. Like I'm finding myself getting used to. I still love the S6, which I use at church, but I'm becoming more and more comfortable with the sound of and I'm gravitating more toward the German grand than the Japanese grand. Even in music that's aggressive, I find myself, just gravitating to the German grand. The Poly 6 is really like the workhorse for me in this board. I get a lot of synth, a lot of my synths, a lot of the pads, a lot of stuff going on. So what I'm gonna do is, you got the joint in? I put this in there. I forgot.
Yeah, you put that in there.
I'm gonna go to an internal. Now, all of the EXI banks are saved to their own bank. You can't put like an EXI instrument and an HD1 instrument in the same bank. It doesn't register like that.
Because they're separate engines.
Right. Now it would be cool. You can do it like in the setlist mode. And if you go to setlist mode, then you can align all your sounds that you want, no matter if they're HD, whatever engine is driving it, they can all be accessed from this page. But I'm gonna go to EXI. Right. This is an internal. Nothing. Just just the AL1 synth engine. All right. We're gonna hit EXI, and we're going to go to common, right? You're going to go up here to EXI instrument type. So that's AL1. It's the organ.
Okay.
And the string modeler, the MS-20, the Poly 6. That's the Mod 2. It's like a FM kind of like thing going on. Piano. And the electric piano. All right, so we're going to go to Poly 6. Okay, now like I said, Poly 6 is really, really, that's like my workhorse. All right, so we have the basic, I always talk about ADSR, all of that stuff. You get the basic voltage control oscillator, right? Modulation, right? Voltage control filter, and an envelope, right? So envelope is where you can see, I don't know if you can read that, attack, decay, sustain, release. So already we see, the primary functions that, I always talk about. So we can hear this working. So we see that it's already changing, all right? So now you can also type in the number you want here. So you can turn the knob to fine tune, or you can just click that, hit 0, and it goes back. All right, so I'm just gonna start making a patch, and so my particular style is like, I always have that bed or that, and I did see a couple of guys ask about what was the pad I was using underneath the piano that I did on your video. So I'm gonna do that. All right, and the concept is the same for any instrument I use. Synthesis. It's the same voice. It's the same. I have the same sound in my head. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go to. Let's fix these oscillators first. There's a sub oscillator on. I'm gonna turn that off. So if I drop it down 2 octaves, right? That's 1 octave. Now it's off. Okay. I don't like the resonance that I'm getting. That's that, like, after you hear the sound go. So I'm gonna turn that off. Right? Okay. I'm gonna turn the cutoff down. Okay. I'm gonna turn this effect off. All right. And it's all compartmentalized. You can see it's divided. So each section has a compartment. All right. So I'm gonna turn this effect off because I just want to hear the sound right now. Okay. Pretty bare. It's pretty boring, right? Let me get to this envelope intensity. Okay, and what this has to do is, excuse me, let's go to the mod page. All right. You see your modulation source, kind of like the matrix in the when I did the XV video, right? So you have your velocity, right? How hard you hit will determine what happens with this voltage control pulse width, voltage control filter cutoff, the gain, and the modulation level. Now the modulation level is set at 0, right? The gain, the VCA gain, so the harder I hit, the louder it will become. So if I just made this 0, Okay, so I'm gonna change this because I don't want the velocity to control the cutoff at all. So it's to 0, right? So I'm gonna go back to the main page, and I'm gonna adjust the cutoff to my liking. So it doesn't matter how hard I hit, the sound is still the same. Okay, now the sound is trailing off. Like I can hear it, but the volume is dropping. So I want to go to this decay, turn that up a little bit. Okay, I'm getting a little more. I'm gonna go to sustain. Now it's holding. Right? Now, just for demonstration's sake, I'm gonna I turn the release all the way up, and that's what happens. All right, so we're gonna turn the release to 0. I'm actually gonna put the release at like 3. No, maybe 2. Let's do 1.5. Okay. Okay, I like that, right? So now let's add this chorus back. Okay, now the chorus, you hear that one, 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 one. You hear the chorus? Let's slow that down. So that's the speed. We go to the effects, speed. Right, and intensity. I'm sorry, this is spread, not speed. I need my glasses. LOL.
I guess Korg needs to make a bigger screen. Huh?
Yeah, no, I just gotta stop getting older. Okay, so spread is how wide the stereo image is of the effect, and speed.
Speed and intensity
Right.
together, yeah. That's funny if they put them both together.
Well, this is made just like the board.
Like the real Poly 6.
Okay, so we're gonna turn that down. Okay, now that's cool, right? Now we're gonna save this just so we don't lose it. We're not gonna name it yet. We're just gonna save it to where we first selected. All right, just so that we don't lose what we've done so far.
Okay.
Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to common, right? And I'm gonna do copy in this basic program basic. I'm gonna do copy oscillator, right? And I'm gonna find my sound. I did the E bank, double E, right? Copy it, not to EXS1 because EXI1 because that's what we're copying. So we're gonna do EX2, EXI2, okay, and now it's there, right? So now we're gonna adjust. So now both of them are playing at the same time, but you don't really hear anything. But I'm gonna do this.
Gotta open them
I'm
up.
gonna,
Detune them.
yes, sir. You already know. I'm gonna go to pitch.
Start getting milky.
Okay. So now you got two of the same thing playing, but all right. So now we all know about aftertouch. We all know how I like that. So let's get into some of that. All right. So let's do source 2. Select source 2. Right. You see the drop down menu comes in. We're gonna select aftertouch. I push down, nothing's happening. That's because everything is at 0. All right. So let's see what happens when I assign the cutoff to open up. When I push down, it should get brighter, right? So you hear that? So I'm pushing down. I don't necessarily want that, but I just want to show you guys.
So
all right.
See the effect.
Right. So this is the modulation level. This is the wiggle. This is what we want. Okay. Now we know that's too fast. So I'm gonna go to common. I'm sorry, EX2. That's what I just adjusted. I'm gonna go to speed. Where am I? Main frequency time, right? So now it slows down. Okay, now I like the rub, but it's a little bit too intense. So I'm gonna go back to the mod page and just turn it down. Okay, we getting there. All right. Now, here's the thing I love: analog. All right, that's the same as the drift function on the
The oscillators kind of
on the
not
XP.
perfect.
Right, because the back in the day, they were controlled by voltage, not digital.
And they were not perfect.
No, so we like that. We like that.
I remember when I bought my first Moog, I take it back to the store. I'm like, hey man, this thing won't stay in tune. I didn't understand it at the time.
Yeah, and depending on your power source and depending on, what was how long you had it, there was a lot of things that would go factor into the pitch of it. So I went to a studio one time and they had a Prophet 5, and we just couldn't get it in tune. We couldn't get it right. It was just nothing we could do. All right, so let's just exaggerate it. Just see what we're working with. Okay, we hear that. That's a little bit too much. Down a little bit. Okay, now that was just on EXI2. So let's do EXI1. Now usually what I like to do is I like to have one wiggling and one staying stationary so I get a nice chorus kind of like rub, But I still need to adjust, and sometimes I'll turn a chorus off. So you hear that? Let's try to turn this chorus on. Let's go back to EXI2 and turn its chorus off and hear what that sounds like with the rub. So the one that's staying stationary has chorus, and the one that's moving has no chorus. You see what I'm saying? I kind of like that.
It gives a certain complexity to the sound.
Exactly.
Where it's not doing this straight pattern type of thing.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to add some analog. So I click EXI, right? I'm going to add some analog to that. Let's go to mod, analog, right? Make it slightly go out of tune.
A little bit.
Oh, yeah. I like that, right? So I will save that, save the whole patch, write program, right? And we can maybe name it. I've still got a few more things I want to get to, right? So now that I'm pretty much in the ballpark where I want to be, right? So now I go back to my main screen. You see the two EXIs here now, right? We're going to do, let's go to EQ, right? Some things I don't like about what I'm hearing, but I know I can fix it in the EQ. All right, so we're going to go to the mid, right? Let's boost this so we can hear what frequency I want to get rid of. So I'm going to just do like a sweep. Okay. I'm having a problem with this area right here. All right, so I'm going to start bringing that down. And I don't want the highs because this is going to be underneath.
Yeah, underneath, so it needs to be smooth. Write that. Now let's name it now. All right, so we're gonna hit clear, right? Shift. We're gonna do deep. Pad. All right, same. We're gonna save it the same place. And then we're gonna do. Let's go to
the master effects. It's on already, but there's nothing selected. If you hit this arrow, you'll get a category list. So I want some more chorus. Let me hear what it sounds like. Make sure to return. See this arrow goes down. This line here goes from this effect down to this return. So you won't hear anything if it's on 0. All right, you hear the chorus now. Let's do total effect first. And let's go to chorus. Let me hear what I got. Oh, I'm sorry, it wasn't on. I really can't see. It's nuts. Okay, let's go to master effect. I know what I'm doing.
I guess that's a nice thing about that new Kronos. They got something where you can make the typing bigger.
Screen, yeah.
Screen bigger, yeah.
Okay. I'm tripping because I'm like, it should be working, but I can't hear it. But okay, here we go. So we see the stereo, right? Open this back up. All right, let's hit MFX. This is to get to the actual effect. I want to edit it. Sorry. All right. So it's on 50% wet and 50% dry. So this is all the effect playing now. Of course, dry is none of the effect playing. Right? So we want it to be like 50%. Let's try what a different effect sounds like. Sometimes you can get a different sound just by changing the effect. So let's do stereo chorus. We got stereo chorus. There's a tap delay. That's nice. All right. I wouldn't use that necessarily with a piano, but I would as I'm working, I'm also registering the sounds that I'm getting, so and I'm keeping in mind, like,
to if you want.
Right. So a lot of times, like, I'll keep this effect on, save the patch to a different location, go back to my original patch, finish tweaking that, and then come to the newly edited. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go back to this chorus because I like how open it is.
Yeah, it's very open.
Right, and that's gonna sit real nice on the piano. Right, so we're gonna do that. Let's save that. And again, let me just do this. I can do another like total effect, and I can go, to EQ. And get more in depth with what I want to hear. There's a bunch of bands here, 4 bands, and the gain. Let's say I want to boost some of the low end. Get to the frequency. I'm gonna say let's do 120. And I'll boost that. So when I hit that low end, I hear it. See, if I turn it down and I hit the low end, I don't really feel that B flat. But if I turn that up, I get to hear it now. But then I have to compensate. I have to turn some other stuff down because all up in here is gonna be overpowering. See, it's too much. So Let's go to this frequency. Let's scroll down here. Let's get right next to it. Right. I'm going to open up this Q. I'm going to bring it down. So now I get the B flat, but not the other junk. All right, let's move this over a little bit more to like 160. All right. Now I'm getting too much chorus. So I'm gonna go back to effects. Let's adjust this chorus. Actually, let's go to the EXI. And let's go, which one has the effect? The second one here. Let's turn this down. Okay, and let's turn this analog down. It's moving the pitch a little bit too much for me. Save this. All right. Now we're gonna go to a piano. So I'm gonna do my next EXI slot, and we're gonna go to common. I'm gonna change that to the piano.
That's one of the pianos from the HD bank, or is
no? That's from
the German grand, the one that's actually being streamed from the disc. So that's one thing I do notice. Those premier pianos are streamed straight from the disc. But then the HD stuff is like regular, like sample type stuff, like you would find in Rompler.
Right. Well, you know, that's the HD one is burned onto the, like, you know, the term Rompler comes from samples burned on the ROM.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
So it's basically a one that was on the Oasis, the HD
on Oasis,
one.
right? And some of the updated M3 had those sounds too. All right, so we at the piano. All right, now in the piano, you can start with piano type. So there's German Grand 1, German Grand Dark, or German Grand Dark 1, German Grand Dark 2, Dark 3, Ferrante German D, German D1, Maze, I guess that's loud Maze, German D, German D2, German D Bright, German D Dark 1S. I mean, there's so many of them. You know what I'm saying? Then you're into the Japanese. To me, the German has a little more meat to it, has a little more body to it. So I'm just gonna go right to this German. I think I use German D2. All right. All right, so now, this is a little bit different because it doesn't have like attack, sustain, a decay, sustain, release.
Yeah, because it's not
per
like
se.
a synth.
Right.
Synth.
But you can get the same effect. All right, so
tweaking.
Right, so we're gonna see here release time. For starters, it's bleeding too much.
Trail.
Right, so I'm just exaggerating. That's ridiculous.
Like clipping half the note off.
Right, that's ridiculous. So we're gonna go like to like 20, maybe 30, 35. Okay, now I'm still hearing a little something, right? So I want to go back to play, go to effect, right? Let's see if there's any insert effects on. There's nothing on, but I still hear some. I hear some after.
Yeah, like that, like metal noise in the strings.
Right. So let's go get that. Right. That would be let's do
The resonant or the mechanical.
Note release.
There you go. That's killing it.
So now you don't hear the note coming up off the board. right?
It's like that noise you get from the string, yeah.
Right? Let's do lid position. That's closed. Let's open it up. All right, this is a little more open. All right, let's do, I like the mechanical noise up for me. You hear that? Do you hear the wood? You hear that?
Yeah. You were showing us that before. It's like that hammer, the actual mechanism.
I like that. It's a lot of realism.
Adds realism to the sound. You hear it release, come up. Or what they call the escapement in a piano.
Right? I like that. Turn this up. Damper noise.
Yeah, you hear the damper pedal.
Okay. Now here's a button that shouldn't be there at all. This is a no-no for
Transpose.
all.
Or as we call it in gospeldom, the talent adjustment button.
That's folly. Stop that. You're lying. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
I had a dude come up. I was at a gig one time, and I had a gig, and this dude came up to the board and was like, "Yeah, set me up with -2."
Set me up with -2.
So what? So what?
He wanted you to transpose it.
What? Where's my -2? Get me -2. That's a shame on you. Shame on you. And he wasn't even killing in that key.
He wasn't even. Oh, that made it even worse. At least if you want to do that, you should be a monster.
Come on, man.
When people forget that you transpose.
So, yeah, let's leave that button alone. That button is irrelevant to us. All right. Now, I kind of like this so far. So I'm going to save this so I don't lose it. Be careful not to write over the program you wrote.
You got to put it in a different position.
Right. So make sure that's D-pad. We named that. This is the one. All right. Do I say that so far? Okay. Now, I like some meat, to the piano. It's a little too thin for me. So I'm going to go ahead and raise this. Okay, we getting there. I love that wood stuff. You can hear the piano sounds really good. Let's do a sweep. Let's turn that down. I got a little bit too much lows because every time I play it, I get a little static. Okay. And then it's about just testing how far you can go before you... Okay, I hear it. So lower than 12. Lower than 10. Lower than 9. It's going away, though. 7. Okay. Now, I don't like that, so I got to figure out a way to get the meat without all this is plausible, what I'm saying right now. Okay, here we go.
A little crossover point.
All right, let's drop some of these highs down. Okay. Good. All right, so we there. You know what I'm saying? So now let's see what it sounds like when we put it together, because that, again, everything is like a part of the puzzle. It's a part of the recipe. You know what I'm saying? So let's go to.
Right over that one if you. You got to go over there.
All right, so I'm just gonna go right here. Right. Now writing in performance mode program mode combi mode is actually pretty easy on the Kronos. It's pretty straightforward, right? There's not a lot of stuff you got to do. So let's go. Here's where you select your
Actual instrument.
Instrument. We're gonna click that. Right. We're gonna find our thing, and double E user. Let's do. It's the piano. All right. Okay. So now we're gonna do. Let's find the other one. Oh, double E, deep pad. Right. Okay. I'm not hearing it. Why is that? Okay. You have to go to timbre parameter. All right. This has to be on 1. All right. Now because it's a MIDI channel. So it goes from 1 to 16. Right. This will not change if you're playing. So if I'm playing, and then I change, it will not move. I'm turning the dial and it's not moving.
You gotta stop playing. The sustain pedal.
Okay. Now there's the sound, right? So you can use the sliders if you want, or you can select it, bring it down. Okay. Now it's cool, but it's still a little. It's not quite how I would like it. So we're gonna go to EQ, right? And we're gonna adjust everything together. So first of all, we're gonna take these highs out. We're gonna boost the lows.
Oh yeah, that's coming together
already
rather nicely.
Right?
That one little adjustment right there, it's an immediate difference. You got 4.
You hear how nice that low end is? So you hear already, it's not the synth.
Yeah.
It's not, I gotta buy this board, I gotta buy that board, I gotta get this, I gotta get that, I gotta get this module, that, it's not that. It's your voice. It's
you do to it and tweaking.
Exactly.
If more guys would get more into tweaking what they have, I hate to say this, but you'd stay out the store.
Yo, it's crazy. You know what's crazy? Like, I hear guys, listen, I'm not a capitalist. Like, I'm not that kind of guy. Like, I'm more into helping people than I am making money off people. And it's not really shade, but it is like, don't be stupid. Like, don't pay somebody else to do for you what you could do for yourself. Mm-hmm. Like, it's all of that stuff is great ideas. E-Dub, whatever his name is, it's E-Dub, right? The dude from down south?
C-Dub.
C-Dub, right? That stuff is cool. But then you're only limited to what he's giving you.
You see what
I'm saying? So
it's cool. And it's a great springboard because you have some people, they know nothing about it.
Right.
So they buy it because I've even bought some of them. And it's kind of opened up my thinking about the whole Ableton and
how to use
it. Yeah. It's a great springboard.
Right. My thinking is, if you get some, if I give you say, yo, I'm hungry, and I give you a fish, you good. But the next time you're hungry, you're gonna come back to where you got the fish from. But if I tell you, like, all right, you hungry? Check this out. Let's go over here and let's go catch some fish. You learn how to catch fish. The next time you're hungry, you're gonna remember, like, I'll just go right down to this lake and just kind of do what I need to do. So, I would like guys to understand this process is tedious at first, but once you understand it and get it, there's no sound you cannot get.
Now, I'm going to say this to what you just said. Because of that's what you do, that's your mindset. That's how you approach it. Mm-hmm. You have a lot of dudes out there, they don't want to do that.
Right.
They rather buy. And I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
It's like if, say, for instance, you was doing a big project for somebody and you have to do certain things. It's easier for you to go and pay somebody, do this, and then I can keep my focus in that project. Then, okay, I break away and I get all into this programming thing and it kind of like takes my creative flow. So some people will always buy stuff. I have no problem with that. I totally understand that mentality.
I don't have a problem with. I buy stuff. I bought Omnisphere. I bought Trillion. I bought, Electra X. I bought Predator. I bought Jamal's library. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying don't buy. What I'm saying is don't be lazy.
Don't be lazy.
Like, because let's look at it this way, right? So like people that know me, I'm a sneakerhead, right? I buy sneakers. I like that. It takes time to find out when the releases are coming out, choose which ones I want to buy. You know what I'm saying? Download certain apps, set up certain Twitter accounts. Like
Yeah, somebody told me about some special code you get for you find out when the Nikes come out. Some special code.
I
to
waited
some
2.5
websites.
months for that code. For real. I signed up for it back before the All-Star break, like a week before the All-Star game, and I got mine in April.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And it just helps you avoid like the lines and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But like it takes time to do that. The time that I can be taking to do that, or go play ball, or go play video games. Anybody want to get it in 2K? You already know what it is. Corey, stop running from me. And then and then so you know the time it takes to play all that kind of stuff and do that, you could be in front of your board, figuring it out. Once you figure it out, you never have to go back to it. Spend the time that one, you know, season, what is a month, or 2, a year, whatever it is, spend that time, and then you never have to, any board you get, you already know the concept, and you're off and running.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, this sounds just like, almost like the sound we made in the Yamaha. You know what I'm saying?
Very close.
All right, so let's get to some fun stuff. All right, so we're gonna save this for right now. There's a lot more tweaking we could do, but we can't be here all day. I'm gonna just save this.
Tweaking nice, because I need that sound in my board.
It's in there. It's in here.
All right. I don't want it to disappear when you leave.
No, it's here. Now, when you start adding other modules and other things, you get more.
Starts to open up.
It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So let's.
I guess that's one of the cool things about this board, how it has those separate engines. Each of those engines carry their own polyphony.
Right now, what my dude Julie, like I told you, he's like a technical genius. What he explained to me was, because I thought it was every instrument had its own polyphony, and you could, if it had 200 voices, that was 200 voices for that engine.
Educate us.
He said that it's more compiled by if you have like effects that takes up polyphony.
Oh, effects affect your polyphony?
Because it's more about I don't want to misquote him, but it's more about it's like a computer
processing power.
Right.
Yeah, because I think somebody said this is a Atom processor, Intel Atom or something.
Yeah.
So it's actually looking at, it's like with our laptops, how much processing. Because laptops, they don't really look at it as polyphony. They look at it as processing.
Right.
The more hit you're hitting the processor with.
Right.
And you even have that one screen that shows you the hit needle.
Yes.
Shows you how much process power you're using.
Right. So that you know what I'm saying, that kind of made sense. Okay, I get that. But still, I've layered 4 sounds and got no dropout.
Oh, okay.
So I'm happy. I'm not mad at all.
Now, you know what hack I would really like to see for this board? Someone hack that whole putting in a better processor in here. Because Korg, I don't think they're going to do. I think even the new one has that same
joint.
Atom. But that would be very interesting if someone can hack the processor, put a faster, better processor in here where the board can handle more.
Yeah, I'm be honest with you. I don't know why Mac has never tried to make a keyboard. Like, you know, like the Nico and the Mikos.
Yeah, the Mikos.
Why don't they do that?
Yeah.
Because there's no money in it. Man, listen. I would definitely. I know a guy that had he has a Mac Mini, and then he bought like a them little touch screens from like a car thing.
Yeah.
And he made like
from Markatech. They have these little touch screens, and you can put it in a rack, and you just do it like that.
Yeah. So I mean, it would be a great idea if they did that. You can load all your software sense and everything, and it'd be in this one computer. So let's make another sound. Let's go back to okay. I'll use this one. This is real simple. I'm giving away one of my joints, and I don't really like doing that, but for the sake of being a brother to the cats.
It's like one of my terms. One of my favorite buddies, Kevin Connolly, says. He says he wants to die empty. Give it out.
Okay, so we're going to mess with the AL1, right? This is a little more processor heavy, but it's you can get some cool sound out of it. What I'm gonna do is I am gonna make a sound I call nasty. Right now, this sound, I wish I had a record to play, but I've used it on. It basically lets you accent like a hit or something, So let me just make it. It's real simple. I'm gonna go to the pitch. Right. First, let me do common. I'm gonna make it mono because it's a mono sound. Do legato. All right. I'm gonna do let's go back to the EXI engine, and I'm gonna do I want to go to pitch, right? I want to go to let's first adjust the filter, right? So the filter's all the way open at 99. Let's lower that a little bit, just a little bit. All right, let's do pitch. All right, joystick, right? Y, that's X, Y goes up and down. So joystick, right? I'm sorry, X goes left and right, Y goes up and down. So Y, joystick. It's adjusting the LFO. We talked about the LFO in previous videos where that means the sound, that's what causes the oscillator to move, right? So you hear it. You can do the same for aftertouch. So if I just exaggerate it. All right, we don't want that though. All right. I'm gonna do let's get to the good stuff. All right, so joystick, this is where the fun starts. All right, so I'm gonna turn this all the way down, right? All right, so like I said, if you have like a song and you got like a hit, this is one thing. All right, now let's beat this sound up a little bit. Let's go copy. I'm sorry. Let's go to EXI, right? Common, copy oscillator. Let's copy it to the new sound we're making, EXI 2. Yes. All right, let's go to EXI 2. And let's go to pitch. And we're going to do oscillator pitch modulation. No, oscillator basic. And we're going to go to tune. Same kind of function. Tune it down. All right, let's go to the envelope. And we're going to go to our envelope, turn the release down. I got to do the same thing for EXI 2. All right, let's do go to filter. No, let's go back to here. There's something I want. Oh, I'm sorry. That's why I'm tripping. I adjusted the envelope for the filter. That's why I didn't really hear much. All right. All right, let's add some chorus to that. Like I said, it's a really easy sound to make, but it's effective. You'd be surprised what you hear. Make sure this is return. Like I said, this line goes down to here. Turn that up.
Wow. Opening up now.
All right. Turn it. You know, whatever you want to do, this is the sound. All right, so that's a good one to use. I'll save that. Right program. Let's name it. Clear it all. Let me just type in nasty. And save it to the next one we're doing. All right. And we'll make one. Let's edit a patch that's already in the board, so you can kind of see. Let's do an HD1 patch. So let's go to Fast Synth, and let's find something that's already there. You know what? Let's just go to the HD1 bank. Let's do that. All right. So this is HD1. This is all HD1.
Now you got it, HD1 now.
All right, so it's piano. And these sounds are good too.
Yeah. Because I used to like that piano in the Oasis.
Mm-hmm. This is a good sound I use to layer with the piano sometimes. Sometimes I'll use that. That's nice. That's nice. I like that. Like that too. This is a good one. Very chickish. You know. Let's get to like some synth stuff. Or I'm gonna do. I do have to touch the Rhodes because the Rhodes are that crazy. Trust me. Like seriously. Like I mean,
that's one of the strengths of this board.
We could be here all day doing this stuff.
That's pretty.
All right.
Korg has always been known for their ethereal type sounds. That's nice.
So let's do something with this. All right, so we got oscillator 1. Right. Now this sounds already pretty by itself. Let's add. Now the effect, the insert effects are a little bit different than the master effects. All right. And that really takes another video on its own. It's a lot of.
We'll do that one next time.
It's a lot of stuff going on. There's a effect I like to use that makes the sound drift. And not drift in pitch necessarily, but just it makes it kind of like move from side to side. So let's go ahead and find that the Doppler. right?
What's that like?
It's
What's that dissonant thing that
it's moving it.
it's moving it?
Let's do now I'm gonna adjust how much of it we're getting. So right now it's 100% wet. We don't want that. We want like just enough where it's like, oh shoot, what's going on here? All right. Let's change this pitch depth so it's not doing it so drastically. All right. Now let's add an oscillator. All right, so let's do, let's go to basic oscillator, double oscillator mode. So you got single, you want double. So now that turns oscillator on.
I guess what's so crazy, that sound is so big, it almost sounds like a combi set.
Right. And
It's a
imagine what you're
program.
gonna do. We're gonna let's find let's find a sound to blend with this. Something's not right. Hold on. Okay. Here we go. We don't want that. Let's try drums. Let's do a mark tree. All right. Let's do amp. Let's turn that down. That's the first one. Let's do amp 2. Sorry. Let's turn the mark tree down. You hear those chimes underneath? Now let's adjust that pitch so that it's not playing so low.
Bring it up an octave or so. Yeah, make it kind of pretty.
All right. We can bring it up some more if we want. All right, so we see here just a simple adjustment. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Let's save that to, we don't want to overwrite that patch. We want to save that to, let's do C. All right, user bank double F.
Right over my EP.
No, I ain't writing over that. All right, number 2. All right. So now let's go back to combi, right? Now let's go find that sound.
Ah!
Right, we're gonna go to F. And we already know what this sounds like, but just for fun, let's go ahead and do it. We already know what we're getting with this.
adjust the MIDI channel.
All right. I did that already.
Okay.
All right. Let's go to our sound that we want. All right. This is right here. Turn it down. We just want it underneath.
It's there. It's there, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's nice.
We good to go.
Save that. I
You know what I'm
like
saying?
that. Save that. I like that.
I'll save it to a different
Yeah.
one. All right, and so like I said, the concept is the same, and you could do that with so many different sounds. You know, I mean, I have the same kind of like style sounds, you know, for every keyboard, you know, because it's my own voice. It's what I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and there are other type of sounds, and I have aggressive sounds. I have sounds that are, maybe I'll come back another time and do some more aggressive type, you know, sounds. But they're very easy to tweak. You know, if you do the homework and you know what these things are and the board that you're working with, you can make any.
So it's like you said, when you first got this board, it was a challenge getting it, but once you kind of got into it, you can pretty much flow and take it wherever you want it.
Right. I mean, you saw like I was moving around pretty quickly. Some things you kind of forget. You do it once, you set it, and then you kind of move on. But you know, for the most part, I'm pretty comfortable with the board, at least for how I use it.
Yeah.
You know what I use it for, and so, you know, that's what it is.
All right.
You know? All right.
Cool. We want to thank you guys and keep leaving comments and subscribe. If you want more videos, we want to I'm trying to get this guy on a schedule so we can get him on a regular basis to come and do it. He's a busy guy, but I get so many emails and requests. Oh, can you do this? Can you do that? And we want to try to help as many people out there. Yeah. As we always say, if you really want to play, don't play around.
Don't play around.
What do you want? You want to tell them anything?
Just love God and do the right thing, man.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? All right.
Amen.